Your 4 ways that not belonging might be showing up in your team. As leaders and managers, sometimes it can be so overwhelming just to handle what's on our plate and our responsibilities in terms of like the workload that's outside of the team, that we can forget to pay attention to what the team needs from us. And some of the things that are frustrating you in the team or making you angry or even leaving you feeling hopeless might be about belonging. So today I'm going to share with you the first thing, the first way that not belonging might be showing up in your team. And if you are a manager or a leader, I'm going to be putting together a worksheet at the end that I can pass it on and share it with you. So the first way is an obvious one. It is a bid for attention. And if you think about your kids, like think about what are the ways that your children have sought your attention. They might be things like, constantly asking you for things, wanting to play, nagging you, talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, clowning around. On the other hand, they can be less obvious things, like when you've given them chores to do and then they don't do the chores, so that you are forced to nag them and nag them and nag them. Does that sound familiar with your kids? And I think it's really obvious when you think about your kids. Now come to your romantic partner when they want attention. It can be, phoning you like excessively, sending you excessive like love messages, buying you lots of gifts, and also showing off, right? And one of the ways that partners seek attention is things like tickling. So the next time your partner's tickling you, you can know they're seeking connection from you. Now in the workplace, if you look at how some of your colleagues or some of the people in your team are bidding, giving you bids for attention, it can look like the person in the meeting who's clowning around, or the person in the meeting who's disrupting things and getting attention through being the disruptor. Another way that people do it is to dress, not because it's for artistic expression, but to dress in order to get attention. And then you have on the other side of the coin, someone who is quite passive in the team, who you need to nag and remind and coax and chase to get stuff done. And they've learned that to get attention, they can get attention by not doing. Because if you look at children, any attention is better than no attention. So you might want to explore that, how some of the passive behavior in your team might really be a bid for your attention. And there is a parenting method called systematic effective parenting. And they say that one of the ways you know with your children that your children are bidding for your attention is that you feel frustrated and annoyed. And they end up feeling frustrated and annoyed when they're not getting the attention that they want. And so if you're feeling frustrated and annoyed with someone in your team, there's a good chance that they're bidding for your attention. Or you might be bidding for their attention, or you might be bidding for a peer's attention or your manager's attention. So frustration and annoyance can be a signpost that A, you're not feeling, the root of it is you don't feel like you belong, and B, the way you've learned to get that belonging is by seeking for that attention. And the common response to someone's bidding for attention when it's too much is to either avoid that person, so we push them away, we shut down, we become unavailable, just like in a romantic partnership, or we nag, we demand, we coax. And it's not that different from what happens in a romantic relationship. It's just that in a romantic relationship, it's amplified. And so instead of what's needed, instead of the coaxing and reminding and the avoiding, is A, to not pay attention to the attention-seeking behaviors, to not feed it, but instead to encourage involvement, participation, and to value the contribution that someone is making, because we all need to feel like we matter. We all need to feel like we're of value. And when we feel like we are of value, we can feel like we belong. So tell me about some of the ways that you've seen it show up in the different teams that you've worked in. Like what kind of behaviors have you noticed leave you feeling annoyed and frustrated, right? And so just drop that in the comments section below if you recognize that as a manager or as a leader, you've seen that. And if you're wanting the worksheet on the 4 ways and the different aspects that you need to be thinking about, just drop me a message in my inbox and say, yes, I'm a leader, or yes, I'm a manager, and I will make sure you get that worksheet when I'm finished with this series. So thank you for being with me today.